Do you know when Americans are being rude to you? In this English lesson, I'll teach you 11 common rude phrases and insults that might not seem rude at first, but once you know exactly how they're used in an English conversation, you will be aware when someone is being very insulting or rude to you, and you can stand up for yourself and not accept it. I'm not encouraging you to use these phrases in this lesson. I just want to make that clear. But I think it's very important when you're learning a new language to be aware when people are being rude, because sometimes it's not always obvious. So let's get started with our rude English lesson. You live in that Rinky Dink house?
Yeah, man, a Rinky Dink, you're on.
In English, the phrase Rinky Dink means small. It's a really funny phrase if you really think about it, but it's used to mean small in an insulting way. If you were trying to insult someone's business, you could say, you have that rinky-dink business. That means it's small and unimportant. So if we're talking about a city, a business, somebody's job even, or their house, and we describe it as rinky-dink, we're not saying it's small, but we're also just saying it's unimportant and we're just writing it off. We're saying it's not very good. So if someone says rinky-dink, they're being very insulting. I am so through with you right now.
Well, I'm through with you.
So this phrase, it can somewhat go either way. That means it can be used in an okay way. It's not necessarily rude, or it can be used in a very rude and insulting way. If you say that you are through with someone, it's definitely probably rude, and you're probably very angry if you say that. If you say you're through with them, it means you don't want to talk to them anymore. You don't want to trust them anymore. You don't want to be friends with them anymore. Or maybe if you're in a romantic relationship, it means that you're breaking up. You are through with them. If someone makes an honest mistake, someone could say, "Ugh, I'm so through with you." That would be very rude. It means like, I don't want to work with you anymore. It's calling you incompetent. It's saying you're not very smart. So it's a really kind of rude and passive-aggressive way to say like, "Ugh, go away. I'm through with you." I know you're excited, but you need to stop running your mouth.
Stop running your mouth.
This phrase, to run your mouth, it means that you're telling a lot of information, or it can mean that you're gossiping. So if someone says like, "Ugh, you're running your mouth," they want to say that you're gossiping or you're saying too much, like just shut up, which is a very, very rude phrase, of course, in English. So if you're in a conversation with a friend and you wanted to say that someone gossips a lot or they can't keep a secret, you could say, "Oh, they're just always running their mouth." And of course, this isn't very nice to say, but it might be true in some scenarios. Be super careful how you use the phrase "to run your mouth." "I'm sorry, but I just don't think you look very good in that shirt."
I'm sorry, but...
Okay, so this phrase, "I'm sorry, but," it's often used in a rude way because the person is trying to act like they're sorry, or, they're not trying to be mean. And when you use the word "but," it basically says, "I'm not sorry." We used to have another phrase in English. It used to be more common to say, people would say, "sorry, but not sorry." That means they don't care that they're being rude. But this phrase, I find people in the workplace or even in professional settings will say, "I'm sorry, but we can't trust you," or whatever. They say something rude and they try to make it less rude by saying, "I'm sorry, but," at the beginning. So pay attention to what someone is saying to you when they say "I'm sorry, but," because they're probably being rude or they're saying something that's going to be slightly insulting to you. Can't you just do it by yourself?
Can't you do anything right?
When someone starts a sentence with "can't you," they're usually asking you a question like that's not requiring an answer. A lot of people will even say in a rude way like, "Can't you do anything right? Can't you even just tie your shoes?" Of course, if you said this phrase to a child, "You can't even tie your own shoes," it's a very mean-spirited question because, the child needs help tying their shoes. You could say, "Can't you even cook an egg?" You're insulting someone for not knowing how to cook. So if someone asks you a question in this way, it's usually being rude because they're saying like, you should be able to do it. Like, why can't you even do it? And grammatically, starting a question with can't is very awkward and it's usually incorrect, but it's just used a lot in spoken English in an insulting manner. Yeah, right. You're just so full of it. You're full of it. This phrase, to be full of it, means to be full of crap or to be lying. You could also use another word that I won't say on this channel. It's very inappropriate. You're full of something else. So when you think that someone's lying and you're being very harsh and blunt and insulting, you can say, you are so full of it. This means you're lying. You don't tell the truth. You are full of lies. Full of crap is another way that we can say it in a not so nice way. A lot of people in the United States just believe that politicians are so full of it. That means they lie a lot. You're such a joke.
You're a joke.
If you say to someone that they are a joke, it means that they cannot be taken serious. You're either insulting them because you think they lie, you think they're not good at something, or you're just insulting their intelligence. This phrase, you're a joke, is just a very classic mean phrase. It also means that nobody respects you or takes you seriously. You are such a tool.
You're a complete tool sometimes.
This phrase, a tool, it obviously means, a hammer or a screwdriver, a manual tool that you would use to fix something. But when we use it to call a person a tool, it's very insulting. It means the person is very easily manipulated. So just like calling them a joke, you're saying you are not very smart, but you can also say that they're being manipulated or talked into doing things for another person or just used in general. You're saying that they're not smart, and it's just a very rude phrase in general. So now you know what it means to be called a tool in English. My sister is such a piece of work.
You're a piece of work.
To call someone a piece of work is so mean. It means that the person requires a lot of drama, or you're saying the person requires a lot of attention and you're being negative about it. You will hear people in conversations when they're being rude say, oh, they're such a piece of work. That just means that they're a lot of drama or they're a lot to deal with. You're nothing but a liar.
Nothing but a dumb jerk.
If you say that someone is nothing but, and then you say a negative term, it's a really insulting, harsh way that you insult someone. So to say you're nothing but a liar, that means you never tell the truth. Or if someone steals and you think they steal a lot, you could say you're nothing but a thief. That's an insulting way to say that, you're so low that you have accomplished nothing else in life. So people, when they're angry, they will often say, you're nothing but a, and then say a negative term at the end. You're nothing but a liar. You're nothing but a thief. Oh, you're one of those people.
You're one of those?
This is definitely the most passive-aggressive, rude phrase on this list today. When someone says you're one of those people, it means whatever you just said that you liked or whatever you just did, they are insulting all people that like that thing or do that thing. So some people, they think video games, for instance, are stupid. They don't like video games. They think they're a waste of time. Some people get a lot of joy and they really enjoy video games. It's like a hobby. So if you were trying to insult someone or just, kind of say, oh, video games are stupid, and someone just said, oh, I love playing video games, you could say, oh, you're one of those people. That means, I think less of you because you like video games. You're one of those people that plays video games. And you don't have to say the whole sentence. You can just leave it at that. You're one of those people. I hope you guys don't think I'm too rude for teaching you all of these phrases in today's lesson. I know they will be useful if you're ever in a situation where someone's being rude to you. You'll definitely be able to identify it right away. Make sure to subscribe to English with Kayla for more English lessons like this. And to learn more natural English phrases, make sure to visit EnglishWithKayla.com to check out my English course. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Goodbye!